as a leader this offseason. What have you seen out of him, and where can his game go this fall?
Man, I'm excited about where he go. He's been doing a great job of being that leader that we need in that back end. Him and DJ both, man, have stepped up tremendously. They leading that DB room and they leading the whole defense, but not just by their actions, the way they playing on the field. You know what I'm saying? Lead the guys, in the film room and things like that. Preston has come miles and miles away of how he's practicing and how he's approaching this year. And that's that feeds on the rest of the guys in that room.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, good. You just mentioned it to RJ. What have you seen from him this fall? Obviously, he had a really strong spring camp, but
He's been consistent. You know what I'm saying? He's been consistently being where he's supposed to be. He's in a tough battle over there with Tion, but they both continue to push each other. Iron sharpens iron, so they go out there competing every day. He's getting a lot better. He hasn't played a lot of football at this level, but you know what I'm saying? He's out there competing, man. I look forward to seeing what he's gonna do on Friday.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you. I just want to ask you a couple questions. First, with DJ, are you seeing something different out of him this year, just as he can step into that leadership role there?
I think he can see the finish line, right? It's a long way away, but he can see it. You know what I'm saying? He understands what he needs to do to get where he wants to get to. He's showing it out there every day in practice. He had a strong day today, and he continues to stack those days because he knows that he wants this to be his last year. He wants to be the best.
And I want to ask you about a couple of young guys you have in there. How are those two guys doing? Those two freshmen?
Oh, the two freshmen go get a minute. You know what I'm saying? But they are improving. Those guys are actually working hard. They're giving us a good look, but they're improving. We're really proud of what they're doing. They're getting a lot of leadership from those other guys that show out in practice. Once you get here, practice changes a little bit. So for them to adjust to it, it's doing pretty good. But the leadership we have in that room, man, it's going to be nothing but great development because they're getting good leadership from the guys in the room.
Coach, each morning you call for consistency. That's just been what you've been harping on all fall camp. With 7 days before Georgia Tech gets here, what do these guys need to do to give you that confidence that they're ready to be in that game?
Just keep working. Just keep working on the consistency, and also own up to it. That's been the main thing in our room. Being able to take the coaching. You know what I'm saying? The uncomfortable things, and the spots that I put them in. You got to be uncomfortable in order to grow. And those guys are taking on that challenge. That's what we talk about consistency, because they're doing some different stuff in their technique that they're not used to doing. All right, was going to make them better, you know what I'm saying, than what they are. So they got to be used to being uncomfortable, and I think they're getting a hold of that.
Thank you, go ahead.
When we talked to Coach Bryant, he mentioned that DJ McKinney is a name that NFL scouts bring up a lot. What does he need to do this season to really solidify his place in the league in the future?
Yeah, the main thing we asked DJ to do is be DJ. And that's being confident on what he does. I'm saying we can see the talent. We understand that skills that he has, but he has to believe in himself. You know what I'm saying? Being consistent every play. That's what we talk about, consistency. And the more he does that, the more he depends on his athletic ability and trusts himself to be the playmaker that he is, the better he will be.
Coach, we've heard a lot from Coach Livingston. Every time he talks to us, praises your abilities as a teacher. Just curious from your perspective, how much do you feel like you've grown now going into year 3 here at Colorado?
Oh, I've grown a lot. I'm saying just trying to being able to try to get everybody on the same page, but also still be me as a coach. It's a different generation, but it's just trying to get the guys to really trust you and what you're trying to tell them. You know what I'm saying? Understanding that I got the best interest at heart. You know what I'm saying? But if I can get them to trust me, they're gonna give me, you know what I'm saying, everything they got. But that's the whole thing, man. You got to get these guys to trust you and understand that that you're part of their family. You want them to grow, and that's a hard thing to do for some of these men to understand that when I'm getting on you, you know what I'm saying, don't listen to my tone. You know what I'm saying, listen to the message, not the tone. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to get you better, and that's been the main thing that I've grown at, trying to really understand how to attack each and every one of these players. Because they all different, man. They all come from different places. They've been taught different things, but, still try to be tough and discipline them, but also understand that, they're different. You got to treat them kind of differently.
Let's go 2 more, Jake. Go ahead.
Coach, just the second year with Robert Livingston as well. What has that process been like? You have a platform to build off of with last year's defense, but what's that process been like, just building this year's defense with a little bit more continuity?
And Rob been great, man. One thing Rob does, man, he changes the defense to the players, so he gets a good understanding of the players and what they can do and what they can't do, and the players love that because he put them in a position to be successful at all times. And he's been so great, you know what I'm saying, understanding what these guys can do in a short time that you get them. And you know what I'm saying, coming out to transfer portal, you got to put these pieces together. He's done a great job with that.
Last one, nearly go.
Coach, talk from a family perspective. Coach Prime's two sons have moved on. Your two are still here. One is in the wide receiver room, and when we give out grades in the morning, for him to get a 4, which he's getting, one of your guys have to get a 3. What position does that put you in?
Oh, they put me in a, you know, anytime he got that white jersey on, you know what I'm saying, I'm against him. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But he's been doing good. You know, I talk to him pretty much every day about practice. The good thing about him is he's able to listen to me about some of the stuff that I think he needs to work on, not being his coach, but also I'm seeing him on the offensive side every day because I'm watching that film too. So for me, in my spare time, I'm watching him try to correct him too. But it's a cool thing. You know, it's a cool thing. I want him to win sometime, but you know, when I'm looking at the defense, I'm worried about defense first, then him. You know? But he's doing a good job.
All right, thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Coach, one more.
Preston Hodge.
Get you a mark. How do you want to start?
Sure, Preston. We were just obviously talking with your position coach, Coach Mathis. Just as you've been with him now for over a year, just what do you feel like makes him such a special coach, and what do you like so much about working with him?
I would say his honesty, you know, especially as a DB, you know, you need someone to be honest with you. You don't want someone to sugarcoat anything, you know, tell you things you want to hear. You know, he does a good job at telling you things you need to hear, you know what I'm saying, especially to get you to where you want to be, which is, for me, the NFL. You know what I'm saying? And he's been there and he's done that, so he knows what it takes to get there. So any coaching points that he gives me, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna take that in and listen.
Jacob.
Preston, just what have you seen from Tayon and RJ, and what do you think coach is looking for that, you know, other outside corner option?
Consistency. That's the biggest thing he's looking for. You know, everybody's spots other than that other side, obviously their DJ are pretty much solidified. He's just looking for one of those guys to step up, you know, be a leader and be consistent with what they do.
Brian, go ahead.
I want to ask you about Kate. We talked a little about media day, but you've been with him for a few years now. How have you seen him grow as a player and as a leader in the time you've been with him?
He's grown a lot, definitely on his decisions as far as on the field. He makes better decisions, you know what I'm saying? Especially as a quarterback, you can, you know what I'm saying, just, you know, make bad decision. And one thing he does is he tries not to, he makes the easy throws. He makes the easy throws. He's definitely grown a lot from when we were together at Linebacker.
If I guys follow up, I mean, you mentioned that you guys grew up together too, you played against each other
In high school.
Yeah, what impressed you about him from the time you met him and just all the years you've known him?
He's a dual threat quarterback, you know what I'm saying? It's especially when you're going against one of those as an opposing defense, you gotta be ready for a run from him, you know what I'm saying? To be able to use his legs, and he also can throw the hell out the ball. So just being able to run and throw, that makes him very dominant.
Andy, go ahead.
Preston, you've been, I guess, historically known as kind of quiet guy in the room. But this spring and this fall camp, you've been pretty vocal. Talk about that change, the need for it, or why the change came.
God blessed me with another year this year, and I promised myself that I wouldn't be the same Preston. So I decided to switch my number up to number 4 and just be a better version of me, which is step out my comfort zone and try to be that leader, you know, try to be that dog, and that's what I've done this off season.
Thank you. Go ahead.
You mentioned your extra year. Coach Livingston was so excited to have you back in this defense. How do you feel like you're trying to take full advantage of your final year?
Yeah, like I just said, stepping out of my comfort zone and trying to be a leader, you know, getting that film room more and just bringing all the younger guys with me. And so we're all on the same team. We're all on the same page. So when we get out there, on Friday night or Saturday night, we're all on one accord and everything is just way easier.
Preston, when you found out about that, getting that final year, you going, end of the season injured, and that court case obviously gave you that experience. What was your first reaction when you found out about it?
Excited. I have a son and a wife at home, so once I saw that, we went to celebrate. It was a blessing from God, and I wouldn't change it for the world or anything like that.
Just
You only have one home season opener. What are you most excited about? And is it? Can you see the home opener right around the corner? And what's that mean? What's that mean for you?
It's getting the chills out, ready to step on that field and, surrounded by 60,000 fans and all that noise, you know what I'm saying? Just being able to make an impact on that field and show everybody that just because Travis and Shador are not here anymore, that we can still take it to the top. The sky's the limit for this team.
Okay, last one, Rylan, go ahead.
You and Tyrese have kind of a history playing JUCO together. What has it been like reuniting with him, and what have you seen from him in camp?
Oh yeah, it's a blessing, when you play with somebody from that JUCO stage and being able to reunite at the highest level, it's a blessing because we worked for this, we stayed down, we kept our head down, and look where we're at now. We're on the highest stage and competing in front of thousands of fans on national television. So it's a blessing.
Thank you, Preston.
Thank you, Preston.
Jeremiah Brown.
Oh,
What did it do?
Thing goes chicken wing.
Jake, you want to start with projections?
Yeah, JP, just obviously your third year here. Just how have you seen, this team compared to the previous two camps here at college?
This is the best one I feel like overall. A lot more team points, like everybody bonding together. Like as soon as practice over, we all going to do something together. Whether you going to the D-line house, DB house, we all hanging together.
Jack,
Hey Jeremiah, kind of a new look linebackers room this year. What
Yeah.
you just talk about some of the guys in this room and how they're kind of coming together?
Oh shoot, he was the truth. Reggie, y'all know I don't know Reggie. He was the truth, man. Coming in, very athletic, fast, gonna fly to the football. And you got French, very instinctual, making plays. His blitz is amazing. And he always passing lanes. Then you got Sean, instinctual too. Very efficient with his steps. And he coming down, he's striking the block.
you started out playing some edge earlier in college.
Yeah.
When did you feel like inside backer was kind of where you were best suited going forward?
I just had that real conversation with myself and then with Coach Brown and Coach Hart, just understanding what the league is looking for as far as off the edge. I'm not 6'4", 250 pounds and nothing like that. And I'm very undersized to play that position, so it would be better for me to move inside.
Are you working at both inside backer spots, or do you kind of have a specialty that you focus on?
No, I kind of focus on both because when you get to the league, you're not going to play a certain position. Both linebackers out there play both positions. If the defense shift, like Georgia State do, you might have to play the other linebacker spot.
Brian, go ahead.
Jeremy, when you look at some of the national outlooks for this team, I think a lot of the perception is that there's no Travis, there's no Shador, so this team's not going to be as good.
Right.
What do people not understand about this team without those guys that you guys still have here?
I feel like the team is very hungry, especially in that receiver room, to prove something that they can take that step up and fill in those shoes. Your Jontes, your Jennings, your Will Shepherds, and your Travis Hunters. They want to take that chip on their shoulder, like Quinn, all the freshmen that came in, all they want is that.
Are you guys fueled by that to prove everybody that we can play well without Travis and Shador?
I mean, you have to be. What the year before that, what was they saying? Oh, we don't have the line, we're not big enough, and you see what we did. It's always going to be something, so you got to fuel use it as fuel.
Jeremiah, I'm just curious where your confidence is at just after the offseason, what you focused on and heading into this season here. How confident are you in your abilities?
I'm very confident in my abilities. I put the work in, and that's where the confidence comes from, putting the preparation and the work that you put in, trusting my coaches and trusting myself to do my job. Man, we got great other linebackers in the room with me, like as far as the transfers and the guys that's been there that helped me out too. So we all need for each other.
Jeff, go ahead.
You only get one chance at one home opener. What are you most excited about this a week from now? I see a smile on your face. Is that different? What are you excited for? And what's that mean?
You say what?
What does that mean to have that home opener and it's right around the corner for you? What are you most excited about it?
Oh man, I think for me it's excited to finally show with the world what we've been working on together. Because we've been going at it every day in practice. I don't know if you guys watch what just happened out there, but when we going at it, like usually in the fourth week of camp, it's dog days. People don't want to do it. Everybody tired, beat up. Everybody out there still chirping like, nah, he ain't gonna beat me this play.
So we just want to show it on the field and show the world we can do.
Do you have vision running out with Ralphie again? What's that moment like for you?
Oh, it's amazing. Then that smoke come up, and you got Coach Prime theme music going on. Oh, it's wonderful.
Yeah, go ahead.
JB, you talked about relationships with your coaches earlier.
Right.
You were almost out of here.
Yes,
So
sir.
you had a heartfelt sit down, some tears exchanged.
Mhm.
Talk about from then to now and where you are with being in Colorado.
What do you mean, like?
Just still wanting to be here, like made the right decision.
Yeah, for me, I think I said in the interview with Darius on his podcast, but it was more so me manning up, taking ownership for what I did, and owning my mistakes, and not understanding that all the coaches got a job too, and they want to win at the end of the day. And they're not putting the player out there just because, oh, he's the favorite guy or something like that. And that's what a lot of people got to understand. They put him out there because his job on the line too. So if he trusts me to go out there and do his job, that's who he's putting out there. And I got to do my job and trust myself to do my job. And that's all that was. So then the talk having with Coach Prime, Coach Hart, was understanding, like, take my emotions out of it and understand the real of what was going on. And I needed to be better.
And in follow up that, it looks like from where I sit at practice that the arrival of a Hughes and a French has helped you. Like you have met that competition head on.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Because when you got guys like that flying around, like I'm telling you, them boys is flying to the football. So when you got guys like that, they give you little nibbles. And they all older guys. They're all 50 years. So they've been around, been through a lot of defenses. So they got a lot to show you. And we all learning from each other. But they've taught me a lot.
Anything else for JB?
You've been around Coach Hart since Jackson State. Just kind of, how would you describe your relationship with him, and how would you describe him as a coach, assistant coach?
Oh, like very motivational, and he allow you to mess up and understand what you messed up, but he won't beat you down for it. No, don't get me wrong. Now he will get on to you for it, but he's more so growing us into men instead of just football. Like everything he does is for a reason. He's preparing us for life as a football. Thank God.
Thank you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's start at some big stuff. Had some on Monday. Yeah.
Runners, mount up. It's the morning run. Big dog Chico, Uncle Neely, live and in effect from Boulder, where it's colder and we getting busy. Just heard some of the defensive backs and linebackers for the Colorado Buffaloes. Jeremiah Brown. Shouts out to Coach Kevin Mathis and Preston Hodge for coming up to the podium. And I think I heard him say Andre Hart will be next, be Monday.
Yeah, he had a previous engagement, so no Coach Hart today. But he will be joining the morning run live with his presser. So, man, if you heard a common theme in all that, you heard how talented this team is in the absence of those big names that departed, and then how the key to all this is consistency. And I think that, what I've shared with the runners out there, shout out to the morning run, if you're in here, let us know you're checking in from, is that's the key piece. Travis was Travis, but what made Travis Travis, there was no difference in Travis no matter what down it was. There was no difference in Shador no matter what the situation was. There was no difference in Cameron Silver and Craig no matter what the situation was. And I think that this team is peaking at the right time from a competitive standpoint, from a desire and effort standpoint, that consistency of who these coaches can count on as we from Georgia Tech, that intersection is happening.
Yes, indeed. And those guys are buying in. Like you mentioned, I'm so glad they were able to see, witness Travis Hunter, Heisman Trophy winner, and how he worked, and all those other guys that was on the team along with Shador Sanders, and how he worked, and the things that they put in to lead them to where they are right now. And those other guys see that, and they were like, okay, these guys wasn't that much different from me, but they did do this extra, that extra. They did do this right all the time. They did, you know what? Maybe I can do like Preston Hodge just said. Let me just change my whole identity, change my number, and come back here with a different attitude. I have a lot of responsibility at home. Let me take care of what I need to take care of. Keep the main thing the main thing. I like that
Yeah.
maturity from this group.
And you talk about in a year's time, got married, got a child, uh, found out he could play for another year, and is one of those guys that is, destined to go to the NFL from CU.
You're right. There you go. You got a lot of them.
I think another thing stuck out with me too was the maturity of Jeremiah Brown. Here's a guy who was with Coach Prime and Coach Hart at Jackson State, transfers out here, and then was about to leave here because, like he said, he was in his feelings about his playing time and sat down with his coaches and said, "Dog, our livelihood's on the line too. We're gonna play the best players."
Right.
So what you thinking is favoritism, ask yourself, are you that guy, and what you got to do to be that guy? Rose to the occasion, withdrew that transfer, and even with Reggie Hughes and French coming in, has not backed down from the challenge. And you see him, in that three-headed monster linebacker rotation. That every day when we have grades come out, Reggie's, JB, or French, one of them got a 4, all three of them got a 4. You talk about a consistent group of guys flying to the ball, which is why I'm always on here talking about. I think people are going to be impressed with our linebacker play this year. That unit is going to bring something to the table.
And I think he broke it down exactly how, and I guess we got to bring it back, but how I'll say we broke it down to how
Chico.
we.
Chico. Let me tell you something, Chico, before you tell your story. We may tease you, but you have a unique perspective of having been there, done that. It's just like when Coach Prime is out here recruiting players. He has been a top 5 recruit. He has had children who have been top 5 recruits. Like, he has a unique perspective on this stuff. So, man, the chat may flood with them red circles, which cracks me the hell up. But you ain't lying, Chico. Like, you lived it.
Straight up.
And I am sure that once upon a time at UAB, your entitled ass thought you should be playing more.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and a conversation was had.
Yes. And if the transfer rules were like they were now, I definitely would have hit the portal because I explored it, but they told me I had to sit out a year or I had to drop down a level.
Yep.
Exactly. And so I was like, damn. So it made the decision a lot tougher. But I did a young freshman move, and I always tell this story, but it's so funny to me. I can't believe I did it. And I was surprised I survived the team after that. But I'm on the sideline as a young freshman, been through camp and everything, right? So I know I'm not going to be playing every damn down. I know I'm not going to be playing on both sides of the ball, right? But I get into the game, and it's like things change. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. We getting our butt kicked, and y'all got me on the sideline. Man, I went to my position coach, the Chico right here, and I grabbed, the headset? I grabbed his headset away from his mouth and put it
put
like
Chico
right
in.
here. Put me in the goddamn game. Man, the look on coach's face. He took that headset off and grabbed me and pulled me right here and said, "You gonna do that again? I'll beat your motherfucking ass." I get ready to go get in the game. I was like, it worked.
Because he looked at the scoreboard and the amount of time left and said, shit, he kind of right. It can't get worse.
Can't get no worse.
It can't get worse.
But yeah, I thought that, y'all playing the older guys and we get our butt kicked. Play your dog. That's what y'all recruited me for. But yeah, you got to take that emotion out though and realize these guys are not trying to show favoritism. They're trying to win too. They have a job to do. You understand? At the end of the day. Just like Dukes is on his job right now. Look like he's in Razorback country. In
Chico, that was your position coach you did that too?
Yes, I did.
At Pat Sullivan?
No. Pat Sullivan was the quarterback's coach and the offensive coordinator. This was, I don't even want to call his name, but he was a younger coach. And I did it to him. And he showed me at that point, he wasn't no punk. He's like, what the hell is wrong with you, dog? Like, I will fight you up in here. Like, you can't do that. Don't ever do that again.
Chico,
but he was real about it. And he said, get ready to get in the game. I said, oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I couldn't believe he did that, but he did it. He was a real one about it. So shout out to him, man.
That's all right there.
I love how Chico, we got to come. Matter of fact, I was going to say we got to come up with an award, but he's so damn good at it. We might as well just name it the Chico Cleveland Award. The Chico Cleveland Award for dry snitching Just always, I see Dukes is a Razorback cup. It ain't nothing behind him. It
But
ain't nothing
he
about what
posted you might you didn't see it, but he posted it. He posted.
I have seen the post, but that's
You
his
right.
post.
You right though. You right.
That's his
You right.
post on
Damn,
his
you right.
page.
You right.
But here you go, the
Here you
Chico
go.
Cleveland Award for dry snitch. I see Dukes is a Razorback cut. Hey man, he ain't got no
Last
Razorback
night.
hat
Last
on.
night,
He
Dukes,
ain't got no.
were you driving?
like, dog. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what, Chico.
And you know you gonna point it out. Look at him. Point him out. Point him out.
The point is here, Chico. Let me tell you is. You remember Boys in the Hood that next morning after they got him? Here you go, Trey. Hey, Dukes, did you get him?
Yeah.
And Dukes know not to answer. He just keep eating his grapes like man.
Yeah. Just keep eating.
Dog, when you get out the car, you lose access to the information. I ain't finna tell you nothing about last night.
Right. That's what's up.
I see Dukes is in Razorback country. God, Chico.
Well, and you see, he didn't answer either. He didn't say yeah. He went straight to
He
change the
did it
subject over.
he did it just like you did your high school graduation.
What?
And then moved on to the next subject.
Man. Unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. It really is.
Because you was a green screen. He wasn't driving. Hey, man. Where do we go from here? Hit it, Unc.
Where do we go from here? I can tell you where we can go, man.
Where we go?
We can go to Hey Chico again. I'm setting you up for your red circles because you played. Fall camp is over, and this is the first day of class and the first day of football and school activities meshing as one. So, practice a little early, team meetings a little earlier, because now you're done with football for the day. But when you watch today's practice, the intensity has picked up because Georgia Tech is now a week away. And so you got fall camp behind you and how laborious and monotonous that can be. But now because the everything you worked for is right in front of you, like you did all this stuff this summer to perform on August 29th at Folsom Field, and now it's 7 days away. You could just see the guys out there today like challenging each other, like, no, I'll do it again, like, oh no, run that rep back. These guys 7 days out are where you want them to be 7 days out.
Exactly. We hit on it the other night too. I told you it's gonna be game week, and it could have already started being literally a week away, where they can be out there and saying now, "Hey man, we are really it's game week now, today, so it's time to step it up." Each and every position, you can feel it. You can feel it in the air. You can taste the air, and we ready to go. It's a different time of camp right now. Different type of football practice that's going on. Everybody is like a heightened sense of it's right around the corner, and we ready to go.
And I tell you, man, like I discussed with during the press of Coach Mathis, you still got quite a few relatives on this team. You got Salter quarterback, Salter linebacker brothers. You got Mathis boys on the team, a receiver in the secondary. And so I asked Coach, like, as a dad, when you see your son that's a receiver get a 4 in the morning, that means one of your guys had to get a 3 for him to get a 4, maybe even a 2. In the position that puts you in. And I thought he had a real good father answer for that because, of course, as the coach, he wants his secondary to perform. But then he'll work with his son in the evenings and let him know what he's seeing.
Mm-hmm. Oops. I'll tell you this though. We got some guys that's ready to ball out. What are you looking for next week versus Georgia Tech?
So what I'm looking for?
What are you looking for, Don Duca?
I just want to see, is it true? The emphasis on the run game. We heard about it all off season. I want to see it in action. That's what I'm looking for. To see the run game in action, and to see who gets and really to see who the first running back out is.
Yep. With Unc giving us the update on D. Hayden's hand, he's going to be out, but we have Michael Welch. You see, track hawk, DeKalon Taylor back there. You also see some Price back there also. So look out for him too. He can add some depth to that running back room also. But if you're looking at Welch or Taylor, I think we'll see a heavy dose of both of those guys in that backfield.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. If I had to just take what I saw at practice today, forget fall camp, forget the spring, forget the past 2 years. If I just went off of what I saw today, you're going to see Trackhawk and Micah. They were toting that thing today. And their yards after first contact, because the running backs are live, and what they were doing as far as making people miss. These guys are some big play guys. Trackhawk is going to make a big play. Isaiah Hard is going to make a big play. Same thing in these receiver rooms. And I think that we're going to run the ball. I think we're going to successfully run the ball. I just think defensively, long as we can not give up something unnecessary over the top, that they didn't earn, and make them earn it, like make them drive down the field. Don't give up a big play. Then if we do our job, this defensive line is built to stop the run. And that's what I love about it, Chico Dukes, is the yin yang of this. Is that if our two backs can run on our defensive line, I know they can run on everybody else's.
Yeah, and our defensive line, we want them to be aggressive and stopping the run. We want them to be aggressive getting off those blocks. That's the main thing. I do not want to see us being magnets to offensive linemen, to blockers, and things of that nature. I want to see them being aggressive, getting off blocks, using those rip moves, those techniques that Coach Sapp and Coach Pecco and Hilo are teaching them. I want to see that translate to the field. I don't want to see those guys who just happy getting blocked out there, getting moved around. No, dog. Step your game up, get to the football each and every play. Or come out. We got somebody else that can do it.
Send it there. Or come out. Yeah, if you can't do it, get out the game.
Yeah, I thought you said something else. My bad. I'm sorry.
No, it's just that simple. It's just that simple.
I'll tell you one thing. I know in Atlanta right now, the bet to pick up, everybody looking for money on Colorado. So somebody want to help me fund some of these bets, hit my cash out, or you want to get in on it. But everybody in Atlanta is thinking that Georgia Tech is going to go out there and do their thing against Colorado. So
I think
they currently win or cover the spread.
No,
they currently favored by 4 or 5.
I got some, man. I just got a bet the other day. I got a bet from a big time guy in Atlanta on the gambling scene. Told me 2 touchdowns.
Georgia Tech by 2?
Yeah, what? Jumped on that bet. What?
Duke's the resident bettor. So bet online, FanDuel, Prize Picks. Y'all holler at us. Dukes will make sure.
Yeah, y'all want to get in on the action. I got you.
Yeah, we'll have a bet segment going on around here. You know what I mean?
I just don't see it happening. And the reason being is Georgia Tech ain't that great up front. And I think a lot of times they may start 2 freshman offensive linemen. The defensive line lost a lot. And they haven't had those guys who really stepped up to say that, hey, we have that dominant presence on the interior. I think Colorado's going to be able to run the ball. And when I look at the personnel and who they have, now, not to say that now Georgia Tech has some hellified running backs. I think they're one of the best running back rooms in the ACC.
Yeah.
But I just don't think that they're going to be able to manhandle Colorado like people think that an ACC team would do to a Big 12 team. I just don't think it's happening.
Good point right there. They're starting 2 freshman offensive linemen. If they're not the caliber of Jordan Seaton, then hey, you might be in for a long night up there versus those men on our defensive line. So it's going to be some spots you can attack and take advantage of. I think. Yeah, you like you said, they have a couple of good running backs, but if you can't open up the holes for them, and if we're having a stop the run mentality on defense, then it could be a long night for the Yellow Jackets.
I want to say that after the game, he said Georgia Tech receivers are trash. Well, they got one from Florida Atlantic last year, Eric Rivers, the real deal. So DJ McKinney is going to have his hands full. Mark my words, this guy Eric Rivers is pretty good, but I think that Colorado has the ability to neutralize that threat and be competitive with who they have in the secondary. And what's my man name? Golly, Tadrikas. Am I saying it right?
Tarikas?
Huh?
DB for us?
Yeah.
Tarikas? Yeah.
Man, absolute dog. I would love to see him get a lot of playing time.
Yeah, I think you've seen him out on the field making some plays this spring, wearing number 3 out there. So I think we'll definitely see a lot of him at the defensive back, along with DJ McKinney, Preston Hodge, and the rest of those guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And as the week goes on, particularly we get to the end of next week, you're going to certainly hear me chime in on some scout report stuff. But I don't want to give Georgia Tech time enough to change and tell them what I know about them. So I'm
Hmm.
just going to stand here quiet and nod and wink when Duke say something. But just like I said earlier, and it's akin to what Dukes was saying. If we could prevent one of those big plays over the top, if we mitigate that and make them earn every yard they get marching down the field, I'm more than like our odds. I like our odds to win, not only just win, I like our odds to dominate. They do
Yeah.
have an impressive backfield. They have a very experienced quarterback, but I think they have uh, some immaturity on offensive line, and I think that they have some things that our defensive line, size and strength, can exploit, and getting in the backfield field for some tackles for losses.
Yeah. And I said, well, did I say number 3 or number 9? I meant to say number 9 then. Tion Parks is number 3, and Davis is number 9 you see flying around out there. The grad transfer, 5'10", 190 out of Greenville, Texas. So I think you'll see a different combination back there just to see who has the best chemistry, who's making the plays, and I think coach will go with the high hands. And that could be for most positions on the field for the Buffs right now, especially for that first game, first couple series. You're gonna have a couple guys out there in different rotations that you will see who's gonna ball out, linebacker, defensive back, and defensive line for the most part, and you'll go with the high hand.
Agreed.
Yes, sir. With the bless up. We got over 500 in the chat right now. Please put your city and your state in the chat. I know we didn't do it
It's
when we
it's
first
facing
started
me.
out. So
Alexis, come in. She was waving at the camera, but the camera's facing me.
Alexis,
Good morning.
Alexis, good morning.
Oh, they can't hear me.
No, I was seeing you. Yeah, she on her tiptoes.
No, we can hear her. Tell her she can say whatever she want to say. We can hear
Say
her.
what you want to say. They can hear you because they can hear you through here.
Oh, good morning, everybody. Have a blessed day today. Be great. And shine bright.
Like a
That's right.
diamond?
Like a diamond.
Like a Rihanna diamond. That's right.
C is from Jackson, and Jackson is in Mississippi.
That's right. Yeah, we got Broward County, Florida in here. Memphis 10, Holy Springs, Mississippi. Somebody said
Holly Springs.
Cutie. Oh, Holly Springs. My bad. Get
Holly
it right.
Springs.
Holly
Yeah,
Springs.
North Mississippi,
What I
man.
said,
Marshall
Holy?
County. Yeah,
That
you
is
said it
Holly
wrong.
Springs. My bad. Is it Bahalia? I saw that in the chat last night. Bahalia, Mississippi.
Bahalia is in the house. Bahalia, Mississippi.
Bahalia. There's ways you got to say those Mississippi names. You can't just say them how you think they. Tunica, Mississippi. I said that right, didn't I?
You did. Let me give you this one.
All right.
GAUTIER.
Oh, Gautier.
Go
Gautier. Go shake. Come on now, dog. We're just gonna spell it like this and say it the way we want to say it down here in Mississippi.
Go shake.
That's like when you go to a drive-through in Selma and they say Melpia. You like who? They say Melpia. Who? Melpia. It's may I help you, ma'am. Damn. Let me just go to another drive-through, dog.
Well, in Kentucky, it's Louisville, and in Mississippi, it's Louisville.
Yeah, most definitely. We got a Prattville and a Prattville. Depends on where you're from. How you say it?
The South, baby. Get some South in your mouth.
Yes, indeed.
And if you want some South on your back or your shoulders or your chest, go to Unc and Chico. Shopify, myshopify.com, because we got Deuce to Scoop merch. He's from Georgia, the South. We got Pregame Network merch from the South. We got Big Dog Chico merch from the South. So go hit the site, get some Morning Run merch. Do your thing. We in there like swimwear.
Yes, sir. With the bless sir. Hey, if you didn't catch the beginning of the show, we started out with the presser with Coach Mathis and then went to a couple of players, Jeremiah Brown and Preston Hodge. So you guys can rewind that to catch that right here on the Morning Run. Dukes the Scoop. joining us from the road. Uncle Neely joining us from the road somewhere, and I'm somewhere. So y'all just got to figure it out.
This boy here. I told my people back home I would never rob a bank with Chico. Chico be like that dude on Goodfellas. Show up to the first party with a fur on, with a new car. Like, dog, we supposed to chill. Like, you calling too much attention.
Or you get in there and be like, Uncle Neely, here you go. Like, why you calling my name, dog? What you?
We in there, we got masks on. He like, hey, Dukes to school from Atlanta, Georgia. Secure the vault.
Unbelievable.
It really is. So tomorrow, Chico, no pressers tomorrow. But on Monday, guess what happens starting next week because it's game week?
Talk to us.
The presser's gonna be inside. The presser's gonna be inside. And so Neely ain't gotta stand up the whole show. Come on next week. So next Monday, we got the OC and DC. That's Robert Livingston on the defensive side. And of course, Pat Sherman on the offensive side. And then Tuesday, got Coach Prime's presser. And his pressers will then start every Tuesday on out.
I'll be right back. Y'all keep it going for a minute. I'll be right back. I got something.
Uh-oh. Ain't gonna tell him what the hell this is, Dukes. I don't know if he got to do number 2.
He said he got to do what?
I think he said he got to go do number 2.
Hey, man. I ain't even going to say that. Shout out to Chico, man. Hey, so today, like, practice, was it, like, did you get to see a lot of it today?
Yes, sir.
What would you say was your biggest takeaway from practice today?
Proper execution. I think that yesterday lacked a little focus at times. The intensity was there, but lacked a little focus on execution and finishing plays. I think today that you saw a more positive note in finishing plays and executing plays and being where you're supposed to be. Shout out to the scout team, the look squad, whatever you want to call it, to make sure that the ones were getting good reps. And if you don't know, that's when you take a portion of your team and their sole job is to imitate the other team. Like you put them in the positions that your other team is typically in, run the plays. The other team typically runs. Every team in the nation, all the way up to the Dallas Cowboys, does it. So shout out to the scout team. I think they gave better looks today than they did the other day. And all of that means a more productive practice, and as Coach Livingston says, we don't have a handshake deal or contract with Georgia Tech that they're going to do what they do out of these formations typically, but this is how we prepare. And so I think the preparation, the installs, the game plan, all of that is where you wanted to be, probably even ahead of schedule with 1 week to go.
Mm.
Hey, I wanted to ask, is there anybody on the scout team that caught your eye, like a younger guy or a guy who's on that team that you saw and said, you know what, he may not be on the scout team long?
Not let me answer that by saying not yet, but the answer is going to be yes, because I see the hunger there and determination, and I see some guys who have the taste of dissatisfaction in their mouth of being on the scout team, and that's not a bad thing. On one hand, being on the scout team is certainly not a bad thing. You get to go up against the ones, and who better to prove yourself that you're worthy to be the ones than you competing and dominating with your own ones. So it's not a bad thing when you embrace it. General Manager David Kelly was on the morning run, and he said, hey, 61% of the guys who started on scout team last year eventually played in the game, started in the game. And so we're 2 days into the scout team process. And whereas I see some guys that, I believe he's going to move up, let me get to this time next week. And because what we've been talking about all day, fellas, is consistency. It's easy to be mad for 2 days. It's easy to have a chip on your shoulder for 2 days. Let me see, can you take that in the next week?
That's right. I like that. And I
Chico,
like this too.
So, we're Colorado. So, leaving fall camp, in your experience, Chico, from leaving fall camp where it was just the summer, then going into the actual schedule where it's school and practice. How did you balance that being an athlete, as far as especially being a young athlete, where you get used to fall camp, there's a lot of work, and then you add school into the mix? How big was that transition for you?
Yeah, shout out to Larry Williams too for the questioning and Deuce the Scoop. Man, from what I remember, especially if you want to go back to the freshman days now, when you first coming in and you don't have that experience yet, you kind of think like I told Uncle the other night, hey man, you have a sense of you're the only ones on campus for a while, and then all of a sudden, you know, they're telling you school is coming back in. You're like, okay, and then bam, a whole bunch of people come back, probably more than you ever seen. A lot of people come in to college and they're from a smaller town. Like I'm from a town of 17,000 people. You talking about 30,000 people coming on the campus now. Some guys can be overwhelmed. Like, damn, all these folks. And you have to get adjusted to finding your classes, getting up earlier, finding your classes, going to classes. Probably have to meet with some type of counselor or student aid, tutor, all of these things. Your schedule changes, tremendously with the influx of students and classes starting up now. So you have to find a way to balance that because this is going to be your life now. Camp is kind of like a facade, so to speak, because you're there, you're not doing any schoolwork, and you're just working almost like a pro. Now is when the real deal comes. You got classes you have to attend, and you have to make those grades to be able to stay on the field and play. So, you're studying in the classroom and you're studying in the meeting room, and you have to retain all of that information and go out there and ball. It's not an easy thing to do, but it's expected of you to do that and excel at it.
Chico, we had a funny, lighthearted moment at this morning's meeting because what you're saying is spot on. How the schedule changes. Essentially, everything is going to move up 30 or 45 minutes so you can be done, get your scholastic stuff done. So that meant this morning's meeting compared to the past, started 30 minutes earlier. If you put in the prime time, that means be in your seat 15 minutes earlier than that. You're talking about you moved everything up 45 minutes. Well, guess who was late for the meeting today?
No, don't you point them out. Point them out on who?
Deion Sanders. And he walked in probably about 5 minutes later than he typically does, which is, when that 10-minute, he's like, dog, man, look, my bad. I forgot we moved everything up. I'm just over there running my mouth. Officer Rose had to come to him and say, Coach, we got a meeting. Remember the schedule changed. He said, so I tell you what, who in here was late? I'm going to give you a pass because I was late. And nobody else was late. He was the only one.
Good deal.
Everybody else had adjusted their schedule, made it to campus on time. Because, like you said, Chico, it's the logistical things that are getting you away. You're used to driving in this college town for 4 weeks and college is closed. Well, now you add in 35,000 more people. The distance, the time it takes to travel changes. And so you can't leave your apartment 15 minutes early no more. You got to leave like 25, 30 minutes early. On top of everything else being 30 minutes early. So now you're leaving an hour early.
Whole different ball game, man. Time to get your mind right. Time to utilize that cafeteria also. Well, you know what? That's the thing they won't have a problem with at Colorado. We used to have to make the decision, man. Listen, man, y'all, we got to leave early to go get some real food because the cafeteria food ain't hitting, dog. But in Colorado,
we don't have that problem here. The other thing I was proud of today, man, probably going to be a clip later tonight or tomorrow from today's practice. When I was on the defense side of the ball, Big Otis, Big Barnes, a lot of guys were rallying the defense up and saying, hey, man, don't forget after practice, go to class. Let's all text each other, hit the showers, do our treatment, have lunch, but everybody make sure you go to class today.
Because they could be in a situation like Coach Prime this morning and just so used to, doing things at a certain time to where after practice today, you could still be used to hanging out with the guys or just talking, shooting in the breeze. I said it wrong, but you know what I mean. Shooting the ish, Ocho. You're just talking after practice, but you got to realize now we got a 5:30 class, when you get out of practice, or you got a 3:30, whatever time practice is, you have classes starting soon after that. So time to get your mind right and change everything up.
That's right. Minds are right, man. Georgia Tech comes here August 29th. That is next Friday. A week from tomorrow, class is officially started. Fall camp is officially over. Very spirited, engaged, energetic practice here today, excuse me. It's back football time, Chico. We're up on the upper field now. We practiced on Franklin Field. So we're done with the lower fields. That's fall camp. We up here on the upper fields. And once that little crisp begin to add a couple of weeks, we're going to be inside because Coach Prime don't play that cold.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Hey, we want to appreciate you for coming on, Dukes. I'm not going to say I know nothing. I'm just going to say whatever information you want to share with us, you can while you're on here because we know you got to get back to doing whatever it is that you're doing.
Hey man, see y'all tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
They ain't gonna say I'm
Deuce,
slide. I'm leap from. I'm no
Deuce is
information.
go.
It's just gonna.
Deuce is go checking in from the road. Appreciate that as always. Be safe in your travels, man. And the
Nigga
morning
think he
run
ghost
will
on
be back
power or
tomorrow.
something. They gonna tell us where you just. It's gonna be ghost on power. I'll be back.
I mean, this is
I'm
coming
out of
from the
here.
same man who would not say what year he graduated high school.
I was trying to, but shout out to I want to give a big shout out right now. This product shout out is this sponsorship, so to speak. It is to someone in Colorado, but he's from Louisiana. And that's a shout out to your main man, my main man, our main man, Louisiana Glenn, who might be in the
Louisiana Glenn.
chat right now. The Shark with the Fork. Bayou Barbecue, Cajun Classics, Signature Street Food, Southern Sweets, the one and only Louisiana Glenn, sharkwiththefork.com. And he sent me some out here to the island. And it was a pot of, you won't even believe it, a pot of collard greens with the turkey wings in there. Lord.
You was calling with your greens, Chico?
Listen, he sent me some grits with the sauce and the sausages and the meat and the Cajun sausages and stuff. Lord, I smashed that last night. That's why I was a little bit late this morning. I had that itis. Woke up just before the show. You know what I mean? Shout out to Louisiana Glenn. And he also sent me some seasoning from his cousin Troy and Alfonso in Bolden, Louisiana. You know what I mean? Got some of that Cajun season, the real Cajun heat. And he sent me some of his own barbecue sauce, at Louisiana Glen barbecue sauce. So if y'all want some, you go to sharkwiththefork.com and get you some. And I still have me some collard greens in the fridge that I'm gonna go heat up again and eat them things. You understand me? People ask me, Chico, they sent you food all the way here. You gonna eat it? I said, you damn right. And I smashed it, huh?
We know. If we don't know nothing else, we know Chico will eat it.
Hey, y'all talking about in the chat that I smashed the sausages. Come on now, dog.
We know we remember back in December you were hospitalized with that throat closing up. We know Chico
man.
will eat it.
How Sleepy Rain and whoever else on here got a problem with my promo, however long it was, talking about 10 minutes. That was a good 30 seconds to a minute promo. Then you got a problem with yourself because here it is again. Shout out to Louisiana Glenn.
How does that guy Louisiana Glenn, man? Hell of a cook here. Be doing the damn thing in the Metro Boulder area with his cookouts. We gotta make sure we support that guy. Louisiana Glenn in the building. Shark with the fork.
Shark with the fork. Y'all can get y'all some in Colorado. Some of that good seasoning, good food.
And speaking of getting you some, don't forget unclechico.myshopify.com. All of your merch as you get ready for the season. We're gonna upload the merch for these theme games. So whether you're here in Boulder or watching on TV, if you want to wear pink for the pink or camo for the camo, we're gonna have all the merch in time for that. Takes about 10 days from order to get it. So stay on the lookout. Go to the site, refresh, uncandchico.myshopify.com. You wear some, swag-tastic.
Get like Unc.
Yeah.
Something like Unc. You want to be able to swag is swag is not for sale.
No, it's not for sale. I mean, look, you're gonna look good. You're just not gonna look as good as me with it on, but you're gonna look
That's right.
good.
That's right. And we want y'all to take
one
pictures.
thing we don't want to do is we don't want to false advertise. I don't want you to think you can get that morning run hockey jersey with our three faces and somehow you're gonna be Unc level cool. That's not how it works. It's not a magical jersey, but your stock gonna go up.
100%. Let me get to a couple of people in the chat right now to give them shots out before we get up out of here.
And then please land the plane. Please land the plane.
I will definitely land the plane, and hopefully we'll get a sponsorship from a certain airline for us landing the plane each and every show. So shout out to Sir Arthur in the chat, Miss Dawn Duncan, Miss Fat to you, Keisha in love. Who else? Keisha in love. All you got to do is inbox me. I got you on that discount code. Carlton Miller. Make sure I say that right. Carlton Miller, Sabrina Blankenship, Jay McClendon, King of the Throne, Smuggles KB, Sleepy Rain, The Moon Knight, Deion Jones, Darren Larry Williams, and everybody else in the chat. Thank you guys for coming out and joining us and supporting the show. Y'all know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe, and comment. Other than that, we're going to get up and about of this thing, man. This has been another episode of The Morning Run with Uncle Neely, Dukes the Scoop, and Big Dog Chico. Until
See y'all
next
in
time,
20. See y'all in 23 hours.
more like 6 hours on. Oh, 20. Okay. Peace in
It's
the Middle East.
tomorrow. How can it be 6 hours?
Hold up, my bad. My bad. How can it be 6 hours? It seemed like 6. Peace in the Middle East.
Damn.